Good evening, people. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're okay. You're all well. You're all fine. Today I come again. Those that watched my last live broadcast, I did make mention of certain things over the funeral of the late Edgar, the former president of the Republic of Zambia, Edgar Chagwa. I did mention so openly that we are dealing with a syndicate. We are dealing with mafias around this scenario. So there's some emerging build-up and some evidence that has come through. And I want to inform you all that today, I'll try to be a little bit too precise. Now, firstly, the time Edgar Chagwa was a president in Zambia, they had introduced a law. They had passed a small bill which introduced they had allowed to the trade in cannabis, as well as you can grow and trade in cannabis. And there's only one businessman that paid for that license. It was about almost a 4 million Zambian money, but then it was about $250,000. Now, this is an issue, or this is a catch there. That same businessman is the only businessman and a friend to the former president Edgar Chagwa the late. And this businessman has been dealing in so much, is one of the people that has been dealing in drugs. So now, the whole coincidence happens that, in a manner, at some point, if you had seen there are pictures that depicts Edgar Lungu with this same man in the jet. But Edgar Lungu at some point had bought a jet, and probably one of the reasons there was that they could, because him had the immunity, being a diplomat with a diplomatic passport, and so meaning he would use a jet without being searched. That's a fact. He would use a jet without being searched, or rather would move from country to country without any interference or any form of searching for the president then. So maybe this now clearly tells us that there was a syndicate to why he bought that plane. One of the reasons could be that they were also trading in drugs. Apparently, now this all happens. This syndicate of these three guys, the same businessman, a friend to Edgar Chagwa Lungu, and Eric Mandala, a Congolese by nationality, happened to be in this country around January. Then all of a sudden, Eric flew out of Zambia, went to Madrid in Spain, and just that moment when he flew out, all of a sudden, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu got sick and started saying he has to leave this country. And immediately, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu left this country on the 19th of January. He flew to South Africa. Then this colleague of his as well, all of a sudden also fell sick. The moment this man fell sick as well, he was like, oh, he also wants to go and attend medical, get medical attention in the SA. Now, this businessman flew, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu flew on the 19th. You should be mindful of the deaths. He flew out of this country on the 19th of January. On the 5th of February, his colleague, his business counterpart, who is a dealer here in Zambia, is one of the drug kingpins in Zambia, also flew out of this country on the 5th of February. Then on the 23rd of January, that Eric Mandala, who came to visit Edgar Chagwa Lungu with his counterpart, who's a colleague here in Zambia, when they had sat and they had finished, they had done whatever they had finished, then this guy all of a sudden he gets arrested in in Madrid, in Spain. Now, he was arrested with 200 kg of cocaine and $50 million. Now, this is where people don't get it. This is not obvious. This is not a coincidence that this guy gets sick, even this guy gets sick. They all want to go to South Africa for medical attention. It's a syndicate. They had built something. They were ready. They were planning. They were way ahead of us. They were way ahead of everyone. Then these guys flew out. They were meeting in South Africa, in Sandton City. There's a Zambian restaurant in Sandton City where these guys were meeting and were organizing whatever they were doing. It's in Sandton City. They even sometimes cook Zambian meals. Now, you need to know, at this restaurant, it's called Ombes in Sandton City. This is where the entire colleagues were seated, including Mr. Edgar Chagwalungu. Now, when information came that Mr. Eric Mandala, their counterpart, has been arrested in Spain, has been caught with the police, immediately they had to cut some ties. So I feel at that very moment, that's where Edgar Chagwalungu either was eliminated, and there's the rumor that he was killed in South Africa, to cut off certain ties, so that a certain channel now can be cut off, so that no one in between begins to see what is happening. Then maybe the rest of these other guys would be free. So that's why it's not about this president in Zambia that Hakainde Hichilema is a problem. No, it's not about the president. No, there's a big story behind this cartel. That no wonder their family and everyone there, they know whatever is going on. That's why at some point, this is the only family that have seen the body of the former president. It's either that lawyer called McCabe or the children and the wife. Excluding all of those guys that went to the funeral. Yes, they were saying they don't want the president of the country of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, to see the body and whatever. But how come they also denied their counterparts, like Abena Given Luwinda, Benda Raphael Nakachinda, and whatever, no, name all of them that went to South Africa. None of them are seen that body. None of them are seeing what is going on. So the entire funeral is a syndicate. The man, the former president of Zambia, went to get money in South Africa to come and destabilize this country. They were ready. They were waiting for $50 million to come and pump in the campaign for next year, 2026. It's only that their counterpart was arrested. So now, the entire group of them, all of those people that were there, saw it that the moment the people in Madrid who caught this guy here had all the evidence, the necessary materials around them. One of the numbers that was constantly being called was the number for Edgar Chagwalungu. It's in that phone. So now, what is next? They have to eliminate some people so that that chain of people to be arrested, because this matter is being followed even up to now. Eric Mandala is still in custody in Madrid. He hasn't been released. So now, for them to get off some people, like you get some people off the hook because they are all wanted. So now, immediately they did that, then they can be free. Now, this is a catch. Then they tell the family, you as a family never allow, do not accept to just bury in Zambia. Why? For certain reasons. Immediately you go in Zambia, people will know what happened to Mr. Edgar Chagwalungu. Immediately you want to go and bury in Zambia, people will know and believe what happened to that very end. How did this man die? So what they did is to prevent all that. For one simple reason, everyone will know what kind of dealings, what kind of business the man was doing. So let the government of the Republic of South Africa, the Republic of Zambia, let them investigate this matter thoroughly. They need to know what happened to the former head of state. That man did not just die. And I'm about to, I'll flash out the numbers of the people that were being connected in the syndicate. I've got a lot of the information on these same people. Now, flash out in my next broadcast. I will flash out the numbers of the people that are involved in this syndicate. Even the numbers that were, how the calls were being connected from Eric Mandala to Edgar Chagwalungu in his phone. I'll do that in my next live broadcast.